BJ Mafia, what's poppin'? So the Jaguars and the Chiefs are gonna be kicking off tomorrow afternoon in a highly anticipated Week 2 matchup. This matchup features two teams that are extremely familiar with each other. It's a rematch of last year's AFC Divisional round where the Jaguars ultimately fell to the Kansas City Chiefs, and they faced off twice last season, both times at Arrowhead, but this time it's gonna be in Jacksonville in Duval County at Everbank Stadium. Man, it feels great to have that name back. And Jags fans, as you guys can see from the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking about 3 reasons why the Jaguars can go ahead and beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 2. And 2 things I gotta say really quickly before we dive deep into this video is, 1, if you guys want a full breakdown of both teams, my actual preview for this whole Week 2 matchup where I really go in depth with both of these teams, make sure you guys actually go ahead and check out my preview if you guys haven't seen it. I posted it a couple of days ago, and I'll go ahead and link to the video up above. And the second thing is, I'm not gonna be in attendance for the game tomorrow, man. I would love for literally more than anything to be in attendance for that game, man, to feel that playoff atmosphere and to really be rocking with you guys and just being there to support the team, man. But I just can't justify spending that kind of money being there right now. Obviously, I don't live in Jacksonville anymore. And overall, I wanna be there, but look, regardless, I'm gonna be in there in spirits with you guys, man. I want y'all to go out there and have fun. Be safe, man. Most importantly, also go out there, enjoy your time, watch the Jaguars get a huge Week 2 win, lock down the bank, man. And like I said, regardless, I'm gonna be there in good spirits, cheering with y'all on, man. But let's actually go ahead and talk about 3 reasons why the Jaguars are gonna beat the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow afternoon. And the first reason is, I kind of said it already earlier, the Jaguars are playing at home. Me personally, I know how electric our atmosphere can get when we lock down the bank and when the Jaguars are a great team and we pack the stands. I've seen it on a multitude of occasions. When I was in the Jags game for Seattle in 2017, that was one of the most electric atmospheres I'd ever been in. Same thing in recent memory. When you talk about the Titans game in Week 18, when you talk about the Chargers playoff home game, those atmospheres, I mean, are second to none. And I also listed off a couple more on Twitter. I said notable Jaguars home wins in the regular season in recent memory. 2018 Week 2 when we beat the New England Patriots 31-20. 2021 Week 9, we beat Buffalo 9-6. 2022 Week 15, we beat Dallas 40-34, and in 2022 in Week 18, we beat Tennessee 20-16. These are all regular season games where the playoff atmosphere was just electric and you could just tell the bank was rocking. Patrick Mahomes on the road. The Jaguars faced them twice last season, both at Arrowhead. The Jaguars finally get their opportunity now where Patrick Mahomes and his side of the offense is not going to be having a quiet offense to work with the atmosphere at Arrowhead Stadium. They're going to be electric when it's third down in situations when the Jaguars are making plays, and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense is really going to have a difficult time hearing and making a lot of plays with the Jaguars atmosphere and how packed that stadium's gonna be. I cannot wait to feel that electricity even through the TV, and I know you guys are gonna show up and show out. That is the first reason why the Jaguars are gonna win this game, having that home field advantage and having the entire city behind their backs. Now, the second reason Jacksonville is going to win this game is because the skill position players in Jacksonville are better than the skill position players in Kansas City. Now, obviously, Patrick Mahomes undoubtedly and undisputedly is the best quarterback in all of football. Don't even need to talk about it, right? Travis Kelce, when he's healthy, and he's not 100% healthy coming off of the hyperextended knee where he had a bone bruise in his knee, outside of those 2 players, and rightfully so are future Hall of Famers, you look at the rest of the Chiefs offense, it's not that scary in my opinion. When you talk about their backfield, of course I like their backfield with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who is questionable for the game, Jerick McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco, a running back who gave the Jaguars absolute hell last season. Then you also look at the receiving corps with Kadarius Toney, who had 4 drops last week. Expect a much better game from him in Week 2. Sky Moore, who didn't even register a reception last week. Expect a better game from him. Noah Gray, Rashid Rice, the list goes on. I am not intimidated by the Kansas City Chiefs offensive skill position players around Patrick Mahomes outside of Travis Kelce. And the reason I'm not as fearful of Travis Kelce in this Week 2 matchup is because I don't expect him to be 110% healthy. There is no way in hell this guy had a hyperextended knee less than 2 weeks ago, and you're telling me he's gonna run back onto that field 110%? Even Travis Kelce at 70% is still a great player. But otherwise, I'm not intimidated with our defense when you talk about them matching up with the Kansas City Chiefs offensive skill position players. When you look at Jacksonville's offensive skill position players, they are a lot better overall as a group than what the Kansas City Chiefs present on offense. You obviously are going to take a look at Calvin Ridley, who proved to be a legitimate wide receiver one, 8 receptions, 101 yards, and a touchdown in his Jaguars debut. He left nothing, no questions out in the air that he is back, he's not rusty, and this guy's gonna be a dominant player this year. He's looking to have an all-pro type of season. Christian Kirk got off to a slow start, only had 1 reception last week, but we know how much damage he's gonna do in the slot in week 2. Zay Jones had a big game, Evan Ingram had a nice game, and then you look in the backfield, you're still gonna talk about guys like Jamal Agnew, Tank Bigsby, JaMychal Hasty, and Dearness Johnston, a great backfield right there. And then you've still got other guys in the receiving corps like Brenton Strange, Jamal Agnew. The Jaguars have a plethora and a dynamic group of offensive skill position players around Trevor Lawrence, and I expect that unit as a whole to be able to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs, because when you look back at the 2 matchups last season, in the regular season and in the postseason, the Jaguars offense, while they were able to somewhat maintain and keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs, adding in a specifically dynamic wide receiver one like Calvin Ridley is going to exponentially help the rest of this offense. And Calvin Ridley's the big X factor when it comes to this offense. In order to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Jaguars have a lot more firepower. Expect this team to continuously throw the ball all over the field, especially with the Chiefs, who run a lot of man coverage and a lot of cover one, in which they ran last week versus the Detroit Lions. And the third and biggest reason for me as to why the Jaguars are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in week 2 is definitely an unpopular opinion. It's going to be because of our defense. Now, I've been one of the biggest supporters and advocates for Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen all off season. I've believed in these guys, and I believed in the talent that's around these guys in the front 7. And I was validated in week 1 with a great performance by Josh Allen, who arguably had a career game, 10 total tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and 3 sacks. In week 1, Trayvon Walker did some really great things. He chipped in another sack, and I believe in that duo, and especially when you look at the fact that Juwan Taylor and Josh Allen obviously have a lot of history, dating back to the SEC, their time at Kentucky and Florida. Then they get drafted in 2018. They come in together from the Jaguars for the 1st and 2nd round pick. Now they're both in their 5th year together. These guys know each other's tendencies. They know how to go up against one another, and I expect Josh Allen to exploit that matchup. And same thing with the left tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, Donovan Smith. I expect Trayvon Walker to have his time and his day with him, and I expect great performances from those two. But when I overall look at the defense in year 2 under Mike Caldwell, this is a very opportunistic defense. This defense does a great job creating turnovers. And while the Jaguars did struggle last season to get home, to create pressure and actually get sacks on Patrick Mahomes, if you look back at the 2 matchups, the Jaguars had 0 sacks on Patrick Mahomes. That is not going to happen for a 3rd time. That is not going to happen at home. And expect Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker, and the rest of that front 7 to generate a lot of pressure in order to help the front 7 and help the back end when they're actually clamping up a lot of these receivers and guys like Darius Williams, Andre Sisco, Tyson Campbell, Rayshawn Jenkins, and these guys in the secondary can do their thing. Expect a big performance from Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen. They are going to create a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes in that backfield. But Jaguar fans, that's really all I have for this video, man. I just wanted to make a quick little video for you guys because, like I said, we are less than 24 hours away from kickoff. I'm extremely excited for this game, man, and I cannot wait to be making a recap video tomorrow talking about the Jaguars and their impressive win over the Chiefs. If you guys didn't see my score, I predicted the Jaguars to win this game 35-24. Expect Trevor Lawrence to throw for over 300 yards, 3 total touchdowns, and to also have a quarterback rating of 121. Expect Travis Etienne to have over 100 yards from scrimmage, and expect this defense to create turnovers and to generate pressure on Patrick Mahomes. That's all I have for this video. Jags fans, let me know what bold take you guys have in the comments down below. And the last thing is, like I said, man, if y'all are gonna go to the game, man, have fun, be safe, make sure y'all lock down the bank, be loud and energetic, and just, man, I'm just there with you guys in spirits, man. Wish I could be there with you guys. But Jags fans, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys go ahead and drop me a thumbs up. It takes 1 second and it helps me and the channel out tremendously. If you guys are also new here, consider hitting that subscribe bell to stay tuned for more Jaguars content that I do here on YouTube. And like I said, if you guys don't follow me on my Twitter already, make sure you guys also go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'm very active and I'm on there every single day, The link tree will be in the description down below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But Jags fans, thanks for sticking around throughout the whole video. Brett James, AKA BJ, I'm out, y'all. Go Jags, baby. Peace.